Chandelas. They belong to lunar clan. They belong to lunar clan. Lunar, lunar clan. Its founder was Jay Shakti. Its founder was Jay Shakti. Their capitals are first one, Mahoba. Mahoba is in UP. And second capital, Khajuraho. Khajuraho is in Bundelkhand region. And third one is Asirgarh. Asirgarh. Next, they built a world famous Khajuraho temples. World famous Khajuraho temples. Lights off చేసేయండి. Last benches, is it visible? (712) during a Sindh ruler, Dawhid. So already we know about the Dravida style. But in North India, we have the Nagara style. The initial Hindu temples were started by the Guptans. So whatever the Guptans started, that was gradually developed by all the Rajput dynasties, particularly the Chandelas. These Chandelas, they perfected the Nagara style. How Cholas have taken the Dravida style to its climax, its highest watermark. So here in the North India, Nagara style was perfected, Nagara style was well developed, and Nagara style reached its highest watermark during the Chandelas. There is no rivals to the Chandelas temples or Khajuraho temples. So between 10th century AD to 12th century AD, they built the temples in and around the Khajuraho. They built 84 temples. But right now we have only 25 temples that are available. So out of these 25 temples, 10 temples were dedicated to Vishnu. It means Vaishnavism was famous. And 8 temples were dedicated to Shiva. Shaivism was also famous. Already we discussed about the Shaivism post-Mauryan period. Your Shaivism started from Kashmir to Central India to Deccan to Srisailam to Tamil Nadu. So from north to south we have the Shaivism. So 8 temples were dedicated to Shiva. And 1 temple was dedicated to sun god, Surya worship. And 1 temple was dedicated to Jogini. Okay, Chausat Jogini. So it means we have Kali. That Kali has 64 attendants. Okay, they are all called as the Joginis. Okay, then remaining 5 temples, they were dedicated to Jains or Jainism. So here we have the 25 temples. So here these 25 temples, irrespective of their faiths, they are in the Nagara style. Already we have seen the difference. So for Dravida style, we have enclosure wall, we have prakara wall. For here, we have no prakara wall. Most of the Nagara temples were built on high raised platform. That high raised platform is called as Jagati. high raised platform in Nagara style is called as Jagati. Then here we have the flight of steps. Here we have Mandapa. Okay, Ardha Mandapa, Maha Mandapa, pillared hall. So on the pillared hall also you can see the mean shikaras, small shikaras. Then we proceed to Garbhagriha. On the top of Garbhagriha, we have a superstructure. This structure is called as Vimana in south. But whereas the superstructure in the North India, Nagara style, over the Garbhagriha is called as Shikara. Shikara is in curvy linear shape. Shikara is in curvy linear shape. Whereas in our Dravida style, Vimana is in semi-pyramidical shape. Vimana is in semi-pyramidical shape. So here, I am going to show you, it is Khandariya Mahadeva temple. This Khandariya Mahadeva temple was planned in this manner. So how it appears? It appears like a tantra. Am I correct or not? It is something like a Sri Chakra. So here, most of the Khajuraho temples, they were all tantra based. A kind of energy was stored. Then it is the world famous Khandariya Mahadeva temple. Okay, here there is no prakara wall, there is no gopuram. What we have? We have a raised platform, around 10 feet raised platform. 10 feet raised platform, and we can call this as a Jagati. Then steps. Once the steps are over, we enter into Ardha Mandapa. This Ardha Mandapa proceeds to Maha Mandapa. And look at here. On the Ardha Mandapa and Maha Mandapa, we have small shikaras. Small shikaras. And finally, we reach here. It is a Garbhagriha. On the top of Garbhagriha, we have a curvy linear shikara. But the beauty here is, this temple is around 109 feet height. 109 feet height. Around 60 feet width. And if you clearly observe the shikara, it's not only single shikara. There are many shikaras, mini spires. Am I correct or not? Here you can see a small shikara, and from here one more shikara, and one more shikara, and one more shikara. Like that, the main shikara was surrounded by the small mini spires. Why they planned like this? Are you getting my point or not? They can build a small main shikara only, or a large main shikara only. Why they planned a different small spikes? There are around 84 spikes. 84 small spires were built. One after the other, one after the other. Finally, to lead to the main shikara. What was the intention behind the artists, architects? Yeah. What was their idea? Their idea is just to resemble the Mount Kailasa. You know Mount Kailasa. So our Mount Kailasa is here. If you observe the Mount Kailasa in Himalayas, you can't directly go and get the Mount Kailasa. So to reach the Mount Kailasa, we need to cross many small shikaras. And finally we will reach to the Mount Kailasa. So here it exactly represents the Mount Kailasa in Himalayas. Okay. Yeah. This is what the temple. Here the entire temple was built with the sandstone. So in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh region, we can get the sandstone. The fine grained sandstone was available. So finally, what is there? Kalasha. It's not Kalasha, it's a Amlak. It's a Amlak. This Amlak was designed like a disc, like a sun. Okay. This sun or the disc, it's a opening point to the heaven. Once the human being reaches this materialistic world, finally it will open to the heaven. So this is what their idea. But so it's a Vishwanatha temple at Khajuraho. Vishwanatha temple. Yeah, it's a Vamana temple. Vamana temple. Now you can understand the majestic structures and different decorations. Here, whatever the mandapa, exterior walls and the interior walls, it can be the roof or it can be the pillars. All these things were beautifully decorated with the sculptures. So here, whatever these exterior walls, these prakaras, or else here the exterior walls, they were all decorated with the band of sculptures. So what kind of sculptures you can see? Sculptures of gods, sculptures of different animals, mythic animals. Okay, sculptures of the secular sculptures like dancers, secular sculptures like musicians, secular sculptures like war scenes. Okay, and the most romantic Mithuna sculptures, Apsarasas, they were all beautifully portrayed in these temples. If we can see, it's a Chausat Yogini temple. Chausat Yogini temple. Around 64 small complexes were built. Here you don't find any idols. They are the empty spaces. They are empty spaces. They surround to the main Kali temple. Okay, yeah. Yeah, what you can see? It's a Brahma temple. Who is that god? Though it is named as a Brahma temple, but the god is Shiva. So out of Shivalinga, you can see 4 Shiva idols, 4 Shiva forms. Okay, yeah. Then I said that 5 temples were dedicated to Jainism. It's a Gantai temple. So this Gantai temple was dedicated to Jains. Here you can see the pillars. If you closely observe the panels of these pillars, here you can observe the sculptures. All these sculptures were inspired from the Jain biographies, Jain Tirthankaras. Okay. You can see each and every inch of the temple surface was decorated, ornamented with the sculptures. So here they are the divinities. Here it is a Vishnu. Vishnu is in the Samabhaga posture. He was standing by the 2 legs. So that is a Shivalinga. And it is a Durga's sculpture idol. It is a Shiva, Vishnu. Yeah, what you can sense? What you can observe in this sculpture? Yeah. Can you see that heavy muscles? There is no heavy muscles, but only you can see sensual nature. You can see sensual movement of these sculptures. And even the panel or surrounding areas were also decorated with the various types of sculptures. They were beautifully ornamented. Each and every detail was taken. So I said that mythic animals. So there are different types of animals with different heads. You can see. So it's a Vyala. We can call it as a Vyala. It is something portrayed like a lion. Here human beings started fighting against the lion. So that is Nandi. We all know that. What you can observe? Who is this? Half male and half ox or bull. Yeah. Tumbura. Actually, there are different animals were portrayed. Half lion and the half male. Okay, a half animal and the half male. Okay, it can be the Ashwinis. Who is the deity? Ganesha. So Ganesha idols were also taken. What is this? Varaha. So what is there on the body of Varaha? Surface of Varaha. Yeah. All the gods. It means there are some cows, there are some other animals like Varahas. They represent the entire cosmos. They represent entire cosmos, and you can see different types of goddess in their bodies. So the entrances of all the North Indian temples, they were decorated with this. What is that animal? Do you find any animal here? Yeah. Snake. course, snake may not have such a large mouth. Please observe. What is his body? Crocodile. It's a Makara Torana. It's a Makara Torana. If you observe the entrance of each and every Nagara temple, the entrance is provided with the two Makaras or the crocodiles. And it was beautifully designed. Yeah. What you can see? Here you can see each and every segment was decorated, ornamented with the figures. Here you can see women. What they are doing? They are looking into mirror. They are looking into mirror. Yeah, here it is mirror. And the artists, they focused on the beauty of women. It means they celebrated the feminine beauty. They have not hesitated to make the sculptures of a woman. Here, what the women were doing? She is plucking that thorn out of feet. Okay. Mullu తీస్తున్నారండి. కాళీలో ఉన్నటువంటి ముళ్ళును తీస్తున్నారు. Yeah. Here you can see a mythic animal, a different animal. Yeah. And they are all the Mithunas. Mithunas. Yeah. Here, look at the women. What they are doing? Martial arts. It's a sword fighting. And look at the rhythm. Here the artist, he imagined the fighting scenes. In that fighting scenes, if the women are ready for attack, so how they make the poses. If you look at this sculpture, it's not static at all. And you can see a kind of dynamism in this sculpture. Then here, what is this? Breastfeeding. Breastfeeding. Actually, UPSC is going to test your knowledge about the art and architecture. They are asking that examine the medieval Indian society with the help of sculpture. They are not asking about even the architecture. They are asking only sculpture. By observing the sculpture, how do you reconstruct the society? If you see these warrior women, we can say yes, women were also acted as the warriors and women were also joined in the military and they performed martial arts. The example is khajuraho sculpture. And women's main duty was child rearing, that can be seen in the khajuraho sculptures. This is what you can write. You can see. What is this scene? Dances. At the bottom of the temple, you can see various bands. Different animals like elephants, horses, war scenes, and here the dances and the music. It was portrayed as a decoration. When I say khajuraho, generally people have the misunderstanding that is all